Welcome, dear students. And here today we are going to study the next part of the 100 races. That is the 100 races part 2. And this is unit number 6. Here you can see on your screen the textbook also. Though we have watched the videos about it, have read and also listened to the text again and again and have understood. Let's try to understand it again in order to revise it better, word to word explanation. Right? So now I am beginning with the first para. You can see here. While the class, do you want me to repeat again what we studied in part 1? I think no need, no? You remember?
No need,
No,
sir.
sir. No need.
Okay. Okay,
Yes,
good.
sir.
Let's proceed now. What happened? While the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. Then she clapped her hands, and she was there in the class, in the same class, room number 13, right? Is it room number 13 where she was? Yes. And
Yes, sir.
there she got a note sent by principal. It was sent to her from principal's office, and the monitor had brought it. That time the students were here and there. It might be a short break, we can say. And that time, a note was received by her. She read it very thoughtfully. Her expressions on her face could be easily noticed that she was reading it, studying it thoughtfully. And then she suddenly clapped, her hands. Out of happiness she clapped? No, just to attract the attention of the students, she clapped. So that children could go to or look at her and listen what she was going to declare in the session that time. So let's see what is it, what she says, and what does she announce, and what is a note about, and by whom was that note sent. Aditya, can you read it? The next part, next para. Attention class, everyone back to their seat. And this way, she said after clapping her hands. Attention class, everyone back to their seat. It was a break, and after reading and studying and thinking over that note very thoughtfully, very carefully, she wanted that all the children should know that note and what is it about. Would you also like to know, dear students, what was the note about? Of course, you know
Yes,
that
sir.
what is it about, but let's see again. When the shuffling of feet had stopped and the room was still and quiet, she announced what Miss Mason said. I have a letter from Wanda's father that I want to read to you. And when she found that children were not showing more interest, what was that note about and what was she going to announce? But she added, when the room was still and quiet and was eager to listen to her, she said that this is a letter that she had received. That was a letter that she had received from Wanda's father, and that she wanted to read it for them all so that they could also know that what was it about. Miss Maxon stood there a moment, and the silence in the room grew tense and expectant. The teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately. Her manner indicated that was what was coming. This letter from Wanda's father was a matter of great importance. Everybody listened closely as Miss Maxon read the brief note. And after she announced that everybody, attention class, everyone back to their seat, everybody came back and sat on their places. And they were very eager to know what was it all about. And there she announced that it was a letter that she had received from Wanda's father. And what was mentioned in that, she did not start reading it directly, but adjusted her glass. How do the teacher do, especially when you are just come from some other work and enter the classroom and sat. So just to ensure that everybody is attentive, she did like this. Those specs, little on her nose and looked through the glass and ensured that everybody was attentive and wanted to know what was there in the letter that was sent by Wanda's father. And she started reading. Okay, what is there in the letter? Let's see. Dear teacher, my Wanda will not come to your school anymore. Zach also, now we move away to big city. No more follow for like. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Zen Patron. Understood the note, dear students? What is it about?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, because Wanda's father had also realized that there are children. They are making fun of Wanda. You know why? Just because of her name, that is different. And also, just because she is not American, she is from Poland and a Polish girl. But there are now some questions I'm going to ask you. Do you think where Wanda was studying, or the small town, or a big city? Yes, anybody? What do you think is the place
It was a
where
city.
Wanda studied?
It was a city.
Huh?
City.
City.
Big city.
Big city.
I'll repeat my question. Where these girls, Peggy and Maddie, were having or making fun of Wanda and were all together studying. That place I'm referring to is either a small town or a big city.
Small town.
Small town.
Small town.
Yeah,
Small town.
very good. Now one more question. Do you think that Wanda was a only child from her family who was studying in that school, or someone
No,
else
No,
was
no,
also in
also
that?
younger.
no,
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 sir.
sir.
No.
She had a sibling.
She had a brother who
Hmm?
was studying with her.
Yes, absolutely. So such a brief note could tell us many things about her background and many things that she had shared with her father. And here that is the reason that her father, Jan Patronsky, had written a letter to the teacher saying that Wanda won't go to their school again. She is now moving with her family to some other place, a big city, and where there will be thousands of people of thousands of different names, and there they had no time at all to see and notice a funny name. In big cities it happens, especially in the villages. We know everybody, and everybody knows us. In our area, in a town, it happens that few people know us, those who are in touch, rest of them had nothing to do with us. But in city, very few people are there in our contact. And mostly when we just go away from 100 meter or a kilometer away from our own home, we are not concerned or nobody is concerned about us, right? That is the difference has been mentioned here comparatively as far as the villages and also the cities are concerned. And so here Jan Petronsky had written this letter saying that he won't be anymore, and he has neither blamed the school but just wanted to bring this into the notice of the teachers that yes, it's something happened in your school, and that's why we are now leaving this place and your school as well. Understood, dear students? This small note is telling us many things about Wanda that might have not been noticed by us before. Understanding well?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm not going to ask you now the name of Wanda's father. You have already noticed it. Jan Petronsky. Next, a deep silence made the reading of this letter. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them, and wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. It really disturbs when you are asking for access. I have to give you permission individually, but it's my fault. Today, due to some technical problem, I could not give you access in a bulk to everyone. Anyway, so here there was a complete deep silence everywhere in that room after reading that letter. Miss Mason took off her glasses, and there was Complete silence everywhere. Nobody even said a word. And there, this master took off her glasses, that is a spec, and blew on them and wiped them again, just to ensure that it was something happened wrong in that school, in that premises. And this reading before the children because he wanted that they should realize that they were wrong, asking such questions and finding Wanda different from themselves. And that cost is to be borne by school and the teachers. And so Jan Patronsky had written that letter to the teachers to bring that fact in their notice. Then she put them on again. She put them on again means what did she put on again?
Glasses.
Her glasses.
Yes, the
Glasses.
glasses. Very good, very good. And looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was very low, and now she has lost her complete confidence. And it is not something now that we are feeling proud of. That we troubled a girl, and finally she and her brother and all of her parents altogether decided to move that place only because of being troubled every now and then. It's not something that we should feel proud. It was very sad thing that they had done, and so even teacher she lowered her voice and was saying and addressing the children. Let's see what does she address. I'm sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would purposely and delicately hurt anyone's feelings because his or her name happened to be a long, unfamiliar one. I prefer to think that what was said in the thoughtlessness. I know that all of you feel the way I do. That is a very unfortunate thing to have happened. Unfortunate and sad, both. And I want you all to think about it. And then, as sometimes we teachers also try to tell you some of the facts so that you may realize them and understand well. Here, the teacher is also doing the same. That firstly, she is trying to gain their confidence that there is no one who could do that purposely, intentionally. But she later said that it might have happened by mistake. But it is really unfortunate and sad, both, she said. And all of us, including teachers and the students over there, boys and girls, to definitely think of it so that such incidents may not repeat in future. And such instructions we gave to the class, and then it proceeded with the first study period. Then what about Maddie and Peggy? What did they think of it? Did they take it seriously or they forgot and blame just Wanda only and for her name? Or they wanted to find her back and do they try to get her back into her school? These are the questions unanswered and here we will find their answers. The first period or the study period. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind on her work. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet, but she had said nothing. She had stood by silently, and that was just as bad as what Peggy had done. Worse, she was a coward. At least Peggy had not considered they were being mean, but she, Maddie, had thought that they were doing wrong. She could put herself in Wanda's shoes. And here, dear students, what happened to Peggy is not mentioned, but what Maddie thought is given here that she tried to focus, concentrate in her studies, but she could not. She remembered Wanda and Peggy, how those girls and Peggy were going to her and again asking the question, how many dresses and shoes and what she had there in her closet. And every time, even Maddie accompanied them, and that's the thing. She felt very, very bad. And she stood there quietly, saying nothing. That is something she says worse. Just doing an injustice with the person, the door is not that much responsible, nor the bearer. More than that, the witness, the person standing there, the spectator are more responsible. They should be held responsible. Even if we find them that they are playing no role in between, but they are playing the major role, dear students. And they can stop it, but they don't. They enjoy watching such things. And here, Maddie felt very, very bad, very sad very worst, we can say it is a word mentioned here. Because she was coward, she was afraid. If she lose her friendship with Peggy just because of saying a word, and so she had not said anything. And she realized that forget about Peggy. She did not feel anything wrong in that. But Maddie realized that she had felt. You know that incident that she was trying to write a note to Peggy, mentioned that she should stop it, but she could not dare to give it her and tore it and finally put it in a dustbin. And so she regretted for her doing and her company with Peggy for troubling Wanda. And so it is a sentence given to students at the end of this paragraph that she could put herself in Wanda's shoes. And she could feel completely the way Wanda might have felt that time. Her feelings could be understood by Wanda. You know, this is a phrase. Put oneself into somebody's shoes. For example, if your father is a doctor and you are putting yourself in his shoes, means you are also going to be a doctor, following someone or understanding someone. That's what the phrase says. Understood, dear students? The feelings of Maddie here, how she felt very sad for that incident that had happened in her presence.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now the next paragraph, goodness. Wasn't there anything she could do? If only she could tell Wanda, she had not meant to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy. But Peggy did not look up. She seemed to be studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, see, Maddie had to do something. She had to find Wanda Petronsky. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her and they would tell Wanda she had won the contest. That they thought she was smart and the 100 dresses were beautiful. And you know, dear students, Maggie, thinking all about Wanda, could not concentrate in her studies. Then she stopped here and there for Peggy, but she found Peggy that she was completely busy in her studies. She was not at all bothered what she had done, and she don't blame herself that she was the only responsible for Wanda, that she had to go away from that school. And so she found Peggy studying hard, and so decided that let Peggy do what she wants. Either she feels bad for that or not. But Maggie herself realized that she felt very bad for that, and she wants that she should go and find Wanda in her place. And she also thinks that she must not have gone away from there. She must be still there in her house where she was studying, living. And finally, she also expected that Peggy should accompany her and help her finding Wanda. And they both wanted, according to Maddie, that both should go there and both should tell Wanda that they did not do anything purposely, but it was happened by them by mistakenly. And they also wanted to congratulate her for winning that contest, designing dresses. And they also wanted to tell her that the dresses, the 100 dresses, were very, very beautiful. And she was really very smart. That's what they wanted to tell by meeting her. And here, let's see now if Maddie goes to find Wanda. Does also Peggy help Maddie to find out Wanda? And do they both find Wanda or not? Before that, let's see your oral comprehension check here at the bottom of this page. First question: what did Mr. Petronsky's letter say? Anyone? What did Mr. Petronsky's letter say? Mr. Petronsky's means Wanda's father's letter. I am also showing you here the letter so that you can easily answer. And here I think is Shreya want to answer. Yes, Shreya, you can please.
Mr. Petronsky's letter said that Wanda will not come to a school anymore, and even her brother.
Now change it, dear Shreya. When you are answering it, change it to indirect speech.
Yes, sir. That Wanda will not come to the school anymore.
No. Then what will be it in indirect speech?
Wanda would not come to school. anymore.
No. Whose school? No, you are right, Anil. But whose school? Your school or my school? My Honda becomes his Honda, her Honda. What?
Wanda would not come to her school anymore.
Yes, very good. Right. Shanish Raje. Continue now. Or Shreya, you want to continue? Okay, Shreya, you continue, please.
And now they are moving to a big city where everybody would have funny names, and no one would be bothered of those names.
Very good. That they had decided to move away to big city, and there won't be anyone who will find their name funny because there will be plenty of funny names in the big city. That's what we can say. Mr. Petronsky means Wanda's father, Van Petronsky. His letter says. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Can we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
The next question is Miss Mason angry with the class or is she unhappy and upset?
Sir, may I say?
No, she was not.
So may I say?
So may I say?
Gauri? Gauri,
Yes,
you
sir.
can?
Miss Mason is not angry with her class, but she is very unhappy and upset because she did not expect such thing from her class. She here also says that she knew that the class would not do these things purposely and deliberately.
Very good, Gauri. You have told the answer. Now another question based on this question only. Why do you think that she is not angry with her class? What is the sentence or what is that incident described that you say that she is not angry? And what might have happened? Then you could say that she was angry with her class. Give reasons. Anybody?
She was not angry because she thought before telling the note.
She lowered her voice and then said that she is sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would do so.
She was sure that her class would not do these things purposely.
She preferred.
Right. That is important thing. That she was very sure that her class cannot do such things. And she believed. And that is the reason. Yes, good morning, ma'am.
We had given the
Sorry, dear students, for interruption. Honorable Principal must follow the improvement. Anyway, so we can say that she was not angry because here nowhere it is described nor her any action that putting glass back, taking it out, blowing it, wiping it. These are the actions she did. Does it show anger or just unhappiness or upset? What does it show? What does her body language indicate in the
Unhappiness.
description? Yes.
Unhappiness.
Unhappiness.
Right. And she neither scolded them, nor she got angry, that way we can say. And she was unhappy and upset. You know why? Because she believed that none of the children or the students in her class could do that. But it happened. Even if by mistakenly, not purposely, not intentionally, but it happened. She agreed that it happened somewhere. And so she called it as that it is very unfortunate and sad, both. Right, dear students? And that's what It refers that she was very unhappy and upset, but she was not at all angry with the class. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good. So the next question here is question number 3. How does Maddie feel after listening to the note from Wanda's father? Here you can see on the same page that how Maddie feels. Can anyone?
Maddie felt guilty because she was knowing that Peggy did it without any intention, but she was knowing that it was wrong happening with Wanda. But she didn't spoke a word, and then she thought that it was her mistake, and due to that mistake, Wanda left the school.
Very good, Suresh Rajesh. Good answer. Anybody
Thank you,
wanted to
sir.
add something? Want to add something more to this answer? Or agree with him only? That's it. Yes, yes, we will say something. But Shanish has just told here what is there in this para. The first about the description given, na? Okay, that he was feeling guilty and all. But what step does he want to take? That is also the part of this answer.
But sir, next question is that only.
Yes, sir. Next question is that. No?
So you are not answering. Oh, I see. Great. You are always a step ahead. Very good. Read Anil the next question, number 4.
Question number 4. What does Maddie want to do?
Good. Shreya, can you answer?
Yes, sir. Maddie wanted to go to Wanda and tell her that she was not doing it purposely. It was happening by mistake, and also congratulate her for winning the contest, and tell her that she was smart and her 100 dresses were all beautiful.
Very important thing here that we have told here. But another question that arises: Wanda wanted to go all alone, and she did not want Peggy to come with her, or she expected that Peggy should go with her.
She expected that Peggy
Maddie
should
She
come
was
with
She
her.
expected
expecting
expected
Peggy
Peggy
that
to
should
come.
come
Peggy
with
should
her.
come with her.
Good answer. So, if the question number 3 is only asked in the board examination, but if it is for 5 marks, okay, then you can add answer of question number 4 also in answer of question number 3, dear students. Okay, so please understand, as per the word limits asked and the marks allotted, accordingly you decide how much you should write and what not and what, right? So do you think that Peggy also accompanied her and they both went, or they both did not go, and even Peggy wanted Maddie not to go and be there only in the classroom only? What do you think might have
Both
happened
of
like
them
that?
went.
They both of them didn't went.
Could they find her?
No, sir.
Okay, you know the story, but we will proceed in the next uh, period with the next part. Let me know any query, any doubt, or wanted to share something.
No, sir.
Hurry
No,
up so
sir.
that we can end the session and you can proceed with the next. You also need a gap, and we may conduct, not may, I think we should conduct at noon also one more session at 1 o'clock. Right, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes.
Yes,
Here,
sir.
Sir, you
Chetanaditya
are
has
going to
shared one
make
answer.
premieres, na? YouTube.
No, that for that day we had decided, but I did not share that also on Sunday. It was a holiday and you wanted me to premiere a video. Anyway, if you want me like that, I'll do the same as per your convenience. Of course, everything we are doing, it is for your sake only. So the convenient things you find, you please let me know so that we can make necessary changes as and when required as per the art, according to the need of art. So what do you think, Shreya?
No, sir. Both will do. Means it is not like that.
Okay, fine,
Yes, sir.
fine. So as per my convenience, I will do. Okay, if you are okay with both, then I will find my convenience. Okay, do you agree?
Sir, but only for poems. you teach on Google Meet. Chapter will.
Agreed. Aniket now has joined. Dear Aniket, here we are now just going to end the session. I'm stopping the recording. Thank you so much, dear students. That's it for today. Have a good
Thank
day
you.
ahead. Bye.
Thank you,
Take
sir.
care.
Bye,
Thank
sir.
you.